Hey, welcome to another video. So today we're going to be going into SAVATHUN'S continued influence, but before I begin, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Sith Citadel Discord, links in the description, and consider becoming a join member or sending a super thanks if you wish to further support the channel. Otherwise, let's jump straight into it. The ultimate fate of Savathun, the Witch Queen, remains shrouded in uncertainty. While she was killed by the Guardian and her body was subsequently taken by the Vanguard, stored away in a secret vault on Mars, her story did not end with her death. Her ghost Amaru survived the confrontation and remains in hiding, biding his time and likely waiting for an opportunity to resurrect Savathun and continue her dark ambitions. Despite her apparent incapacitation, it's clear that Savathun had long since laid plans to manipulate the Vanguard into unknowingly aiding her return, and these schemes would eventually be revealed. Even in death, temporary or otherwise, her webs of deceit and manipulation show no signs of ceasing. One of Savathun's most insidious traits was her use of cryptic riddles and half-truths, often expressed through her two truths, two lies puzzles at the altar of reflection. These riddles left much of her true intentions up to interpretation. Some of the answers could only be understood by confronting her directly, as she had woven her influence into both the past and the present. Though she had died, her mental manipulation and manipulation of the light and dark could not be easily extinguished. It seemed Savathun had prepared for the possibility of her own death, using her cunning to ensure that even in her temporary defeat, her presence would continue to haunt the Vanguard. While Savathun was one of the most notorious and dangerous figures in Destiny lore, her relationship with the larger forces at play were complex. She was not a mere ally of the Witness or the Pyramid Fleet. Unlike many of her peers among the Hive, Savathun had a far more independent and nuanced agenda. She was not interested in simply serving the darkness, but instead sought to manipulate it. She envisioned a future where she could use her newly created light-bearing hive to rise up against the darkness itself, aiming to either destroy the force that had shaped her or break free from its corrupting influence. She was driven by a desire to escape the influence of the darkness, or at the very least to use its power for her own ends, including confronting the light on her terms. However, Savathun's cunning and ruthless nature were ever present. When engaged with the Vanguard, she showed no mercy and no interest in humans or the Earth, likely seeing them as pawns to be discarded when no longer useful. If given the opportunity, she would have undoubtedly killed the Guardian, her greatest adversary. Despite her self-serving schemes, Savathun's lingering influence was not entirely destructive. Eris Morn, a key figure in the Vanguard's fight against the Hive, found a way to use Savathun's corpse for her own purposes. Eris, often driven by a need to understand and combat the Hive's dark magic, sought a way to safely and reliably commune with the Crown of Sorrow. This object, a powerful artifact linked to the Hive's horrific power, had been central to the resurgence of the nightmares, which had manifested upon the Leviathan. In her quest to control the Crown and prevent it from overwhelming her, Eris performed an autopsy on Savathun's remains, hoping to uncover some clue or connection that could aid her. During this examination, Eris made a crucial discovery. Beneath Savathun's skull, she found markings that closely resembled the runic symbols associated with the Crown of Sorrow. This connection provided Eris with a psychic link to the Crown, allowing her to manipulate and potentially control its power. The discovery revealed that Savathun had in life likely been a significant connection to the Crown, or perhaps even had a hand in its creation. By tapping into this link, Eris hoped to gain an edge on the ongoing battle against the Hive's dark influence, especially as the nightmares began to rise once again. Savathun's death, though seemingly a final blow to her dark schemes, proved to be far from the end of her influence. Even after her passing, her legacy continues to shape the events that followed. Her complex relationship with the darkness, her secret plans for resurrection, and the dangerous powers she wielded ensured that her presence would continue to haunt the galaxy. As the Vanguard faced new threats, including the return of the nightmares and the ever-looming threat of the darkness, Savathun's memory and perhaps even her direct influence remained a powerful force in the ongoing conflict between the light and the dark. So what did you guys think? Please let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't already, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Sith Citadel Discord, links in the description, and consider becoming a join member or sending a super thanks if you wish to further support the channel. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.